Uh, and if you have more than two equally, I shouldn't say valid, but equally trustable methods, remember these are estimates. Suppose this constant dividend growth model is appropriate. That gives me one estimate. On the other hand, I could also get another number using CAPM. That's another estimate. As my thesis advisor always used to tell me, I used to go to him and say, he asked me to do something, I do it. And I also tell him, oh, I can also do it this way, this way, this way. Which one do you think I should use? His answer was always the same. Use all of them, take average. Why? Because they're different estimates, using different ways of thinking about it. Typically, those averages are better estimates than the individual pieces. All right, let's get about 15 minutes. Let's do a few problems to kind of put things. Oh, I haven't defined the VAC yet. Um, let's do this. Share of equity capital times cost of equity, share of preferred capital, cost of preferred capital. The tax rate, tax rate. And for each type of capital, share of that type is equal to the market value of that type of capital divided by market value of all sum of the market values of. So when I'm calculating the share of equity capital, I'm going to calculate the market value of all the common stocks, and I'm going to divide it by the sum of the market values of common stock, preferred stocks, and debt. Okay. So let's do a few problems just to illustrate. I'm gonna copy these first five. Unfortunately, this app doesn't allow me to copy the text directly, so I'm gonna have to use my snip, which essentially takes a picture of selected region, copy. Okay. Now let's do number one. We know the beta, we know the risk-free rate, we know the expected return on the market. What's the cost of equity capital? Well, it looks like the only thing we know is CAPM kind of information, right? Hence, RE and MRP is return on the markets minus risk-free rate. Okay. So on this number one, what is the risk-free rate? Come on, guys, it's not that complicated a question. 4.5. How about beta? 113. We're not given the market risk premium directly, but we know the expected return on the market and the risk-free rate. 11 minus 4.5. So 1184 is the answer. So let's see what's number two is asking. Cost of debt. We have outstanding 20 years, quoted at 107%, semi-annual payments, and has an embedded cost of 6% annually. That's a fancy way of saying 6% coupon rate. What's the company's pre-tax cost of debt? And if the tax rate is 21, what is the after-tax cost of debt? Well, using my bond template, I'm already in solver mode with the right unknown. 107 is that. Coupon rate is 6. Semi-annual. Just read off the yield to maturity. 546.18. What is it? Hold on. Number 3 is another cost of debt, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, let's just do number 5. Because I have only a few minutes left. In this case, instead of, we'll do more complicated problems on Thursday, but we're already given essentially the shares of the common stock and debt. Since preferred stock is not mentioned, we're going to take that 0. Cost of equity is pre-tax cost of debt is 6.4. Share of equity, 70% times 11.9% plus 30% is share of debt times 6.4% times 1 minus 23%. On Thursday, we'll actually do a simple template. All we have to do is enter these pieces of inputs. It'll calculate automatically. Not that this isn't a complicated calculation, but remember, Excel is about making your life easier than it should be otherwise. You know, what's the point of doing all of this? Because I'm going to enter those inputs numbers anyways, right? Somehow, somewhere. But if you plan ahead and set up your spreadsheets properly, you're gonna A, do things quickly. B, when you encounter these problems with different numbers, all you have to do is enter the inputs. That's the idea behind using Excel in this class. Otherwise, why would I torture you with it, right? But have any of you guys use graphing calculators in high school classes? Either calculus or statistics or algebra? What's the difference? My graphing calculator is a lot more sophisticated and, in fact, a lot easier to use. When my kids were in high school, I kept telling them, we're doing homework together. Let's just do an Excel sheet. Dad, we're going to use the graphing calculators in the exams. So teach me how to use them. I didn't know because I never cared to use the graphing calculators. Obviously, I learned for the sake of my kids. Let's stop here. For those of you who came a little bit later, uh, exam is going to be Thursday, November 20th, and I'll do a review session this Friday at 5 and next Tuesday at 4. Okay, and it'll be on Zoom. You can come in anytime, and we could stay as long as you guys want because I have nothing left after those hours. And I'll see you guys on Thursday.